channel. This is totally not filmed back to back with the RDL video. Logistics of this aside, the movement I'm going to be going over today is a bent over barbell row. With the barbell row, it's going to be used anytime you want to strengthen your back for strength or hypertrophy reasons. This is a great developmental tool for both strength and size. And so I do think that some version of a bent over row should be included in almost all of your training programs, provided that you're not going to be in pain doing it. As far as the rep range, this is something I forgot to really mention in the RDL video. When you're talking about rep range, you want to be somewhere in the range of about 6 on the low end and 12 on the high end for this movement. If you go below 6, you're probably going to be swinging too much for it to actually be a good back hypertrophy movement. And if you are above 12 reps, chances are that the weight is too light to provide a meaningful stimulus to your upper back and to your lats. They're kind of resilient body parts, so you can train them very hard, and they will tend to take most of it and not change all that much. So you have to make sure you're going pretty high effort on a lot of these sets. As far as sets go, I would say between 2 and 5 per workout, maybe 1 or 2 times every week. So as far as the way that you set up with this, again, you can either start with a rack or you can start from the ground and you'll just deadlift it up on the first rep. From there, I want you guys to take your bench grip or something very close to it. So for me personally, I always have my pinkies on the rings, so that's where I'm gonna row from. Once I've got my grip, I'll take it out of the rack, get it clear of the rack, and then from here, you're gonna puff your chest out. This is really similar to the RDL, right? You're gonna puff your chest out, tilt your head up, and then you're going to let the bar come down until you're right below your kneecap. From here, what you wanna do is you're gonna think about pulling through your ring finger and your elbow and pulling your shoulder blades back. Boom. It looks super simple. If you don't think about your ring finger and your elbow, what's gonna tend to happen is you're gonna do this, and you're gonna try and put it all on your arms. Trust me, just try it. Try the ring finger thing, it works great. So you do however many, stay in this bent over position the whole time, come up. Some things to note. It is okay to sway a little bit on this movement, right? I have videos on my channel of me doing these rows, and I am swaying a little bit with every rep, and that's fine. The key is that the start and end point should always be the same, and you don't want the body English to overpower the actual movement of your back. What I mean by that is that whenever you're rowing, you don't want to be going, you don't want to be starting here on your first rep, swinging up, and then just kind of staying in this range, right? Because then you're defeating the whole point of the starting point. And then the other thing is that when you swing, you don't want to like meet your chest to the bar, right? So you see a lot of like guys who row a shit ton of weight, they'll kick into the bar and then they'll go down to meet it. If you're gonna kick up, make sure that you're rowing it to your chest as you kick up. The biggest mistake I see with this movement is that people will have the start and end point of each rep too high, right? I use the knee as a gauge for how pitched over I am. If you have it above the knee, you aren't physically going to be able to be pitched over enough for your middle back and your lats to actually have to do very much. It's just going to be a shitty shrug. Look at the difference between this here, where it needs to be, versus above the knee. It's about a 2-inch difference, but look at that. You can see I'm barely having to do anything here at all. As far as where to think about pulling it to, if you're someone who's very psychological about that kind of thing, I'm not super specific. I would say somewhere between the bottom of your sternum and your belly button. Anywhere in this range, wherever you feel it the best. So that's gonna be all for me today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any specific exercises you want me to go over. I'm trying to stick with the more ticky-tack exercises that don't get covered as much, but are still useful to most people. All right, thanks guys. Take care.